Welcome to my channel, guys. Welcome. This is gonna be a raw video. I'm gonna really swear on this video. If you guys don't mind, if you're not over 18 years old, you can turn this video off. So let's start this video. I'm gonna talk about my 2024, and I'm just a simple guy. I'm just an ordinary guy. I don't know why am I even recording this video, why am I even telling about this, but that's just my intuition, that's just my feeling telling me to record this video for you guys. So let's start from January. So back in January, like I had really great hopes for this year, and I really imagined myself like this successful guy with a lot of money, with a lot of possessions, and being wise and being focused on my goals and dreams and achieving everything. But I'll tell you guys, not everything happened as I imagined, of course. And this is life, like things happen, like things don't go according to our plan. And this is absolutely okay. We don't know how it will work out, right? Even if we still hope for the best outcome. And yeah, I'm gonna tell you guys, I was really dating a girl, and I was dating her for like almost a year. So she had, what am I saying? Okay, yeah. And we were like doing fine and everything. But yeah, I was studying like in Barrie, Ontario, and I had like my roommates, my housemates, and everything was going fine with them. But one of my like housemates, like she was like mad at me or something. I don't know, we didn't talk for like 4 months since that year started. So yeah, I was really like trying not to really pay attention to her. I was really like trying to ignore her and stuff, but really got on my nerves, so I couldn't do that. So yeah, actually I was just studying, and I was looking for a job, like, and like Canadian market is just like, it's not it, like that just sucks right now. So you can tell, you can really read about this in the news and everywhere, like on Instagram, YouTube, everywhere, like social media. Like everyone's talking about like how tough the job market is, not only in Canada but just like the whole world, like so yeah. And in January there was like very cold, like cold season, like all the winter and stuff. But I was like, okay, that's just another winter, I'm okay with it. But something switched in my mind, like I was just so like unhappy in my daily routine. And like I was talking with this kind of like toxic roommates and stuff like that, and I was really bored. I was trying to do something for myself, and like as usual, like it doesn't go like that, it doesn't go perfectly fine. And I was really stressing, I was going out a lot. I remember I was spending a lot of money on the food outside because I didn't want to be inside of my room. I was going crazy, and I didn't find a company there. I didn't find a good company. And I was studying, I was just like gaining like so much knowledge about myself in that depressive state. And I was really like complaining a lot to my parents on the video calls. And they were like, what is happening with you, Alvin? I was like, I don't know, man. Like I just want to get out of here. Like I don't want to be inside, like, so yeah, I don't want to be in that city, in that town, like whatever. And like I'm just talking like bullshit, you think, but no, I'm just talking about my year and what you can like really take from this, and how can you relate to my story. Maybe someone can. Yeah. But like in the deep pressure, there is like a new beautiful beginning horizon. In the deep pressure, like the diamonds get formed, something like that. I don't know, like I read it, I read this quote on internet somewhere. So yeah. And like this was really a really monotonous, like kind of life for me. And I remember I was like trying to occupy myself in the college. I was going to the college a lot, and then like trying to communicate with people, trying to meet people, network everywhere, like. And sometimes I was going to Toronto because I was worried in Barrie, like every week, every weekend, and like I was meeting my good friends and some of my people from my community, Azerbaijani community. Yeah, I'm Azerbaijani, definitely. You can tell by my look, probably. Maybe you thought I was Canadian or something like that, or maybe like Turkish guy, but no, like I'm Azerbaijani. Yeah, so whatever, happened like that January, it just sucks. Like I don't know, like I remember I was like talking with a school counselor, and she was a psychologist, and I remember I was telling her all of my problems. I don't know what, something got into my head and was trying to destroy me. Nobody was trying to like talk to me, understand me, relate to my problems. That was like a hellish kind of energy sent to me, and that was like crazy, crazy. And okay, like, and in February I remember I met one girl. She was like Indian, and I was like trying to talk to her. She was also in that kind of like bad state of her mind, and she was telling me that she broke up with his boyfriend. And I was like, okay, like I was trying to help her out, like listen to her and talk to her. But every time I met her, she was talking about her ex. Like every time, bro, she didn't give a fuck. Like I thought, okay, maybe I should just wait. But then, like, okay, like after that, after a while, like she was like, like I'm kind of busy right now. You like, like no, maybe we can go out, but like not now and stuff like that. I remember I was giving her like some chocolate and stuff like that, and some different kind of like girly stuff. And she was like, okay, thank you and stuff like that. She was like really talking to me like a friend, not like potential lover. But I was okay even with that, you know. But eventually, like after some time, we stopped talking. Like I don't know what was that for. Like really, I don't know what was that for. Just talking, and then that's it. Like the whole conversation was over nothing, bro. And I don't know. Let's just forget about that. After that, I met an African girl. She was also like okay with me, and I also got over with that. I don't know. I just couldn't like find my own people. Like I was feeling lonely and like fucked up in my head, and like all this February was gone, January was gone, and I remember I was like doing sports, going to the gym in the college, trying to be like active and stuff. But people were disappointing me, bro. Like that was like bullshit. And March was like okay, kind of same. And in April I was finishing my college, and I remember my brother was coming out, and he came to Canada. And before that I was trying to find a house for us both, but eventually I even failed with that because that was like really difficult to find a house like for a cheap price. Like I mean, not even the house, like a room, like a shared room for both of us. And I remember I found a room, but the the landlord of that house, she was owning the house, I think. Maybe she was lying, I don't know. So she scammed me in the price, and also she was always changing the rooms for us. And my brother was so frustrated, he told me to cancel it because I already deposited the money. And I said like, okay, let's cancel this, I told to her. And she said like, no, 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 we cannot do that, we cannot do that. You already paid the money. It's gonna stay with me, like I'm so greedy and stuff like that. I'm a bad woman. you know I was like, what the fuck, bro? Like, what should I do now? And he started blaming me. He said like, okay, you're just a dumbass and stuff like that. I said, okay, bro, let's just forget about that as well. Let's forget about everything. And oh, actually, I didn't talk about my girlfriend that I was dating. So I even got into the fights with her before I started, like, meeting other people. And yeah, like, I'm telling this on the camera, so maybe she's listening to this right now. What can I say? So yeah, let it be. And like, and okay, we started like chilling with my brother. Was with like, I wanted to forget about all this incident that happened, like with the woman, with the landlord. And I was kind of like enjoying everything, but was like, I was just thinking about all of these problems in my head, like not finding a job, like fucking up the finding a room, not talking to people that much, not relating to people, people ignoring me, people not understanding me, fights with my ex. And then what can I say? What did I say? Oh yeah, financial problems, boredom, and a lot of other things, like complicated things. Let's just forget about this. That's how my 2024 was going on. And after my brother left the country in summer, I was like alone again, living with some other dude. And like, I tried to like communicate again with people. I tried to find a job. I was just like unsuccessful. I remember I found a job like at IKEA. My mom said, okay, like, maybe you should not go there because I want you to find a job in your field. And I said to her, like how hard it is to find a job in my field, like it's really hard. You don't understand this. And she said, yeah, yeah, boy, I understand this, but like, I don't want you to go into the restaurants and stuff. I'm telling about IKEA because they have like a restaurant inside, like a Swedish buffet. You can take the food out of there for a cheaper price. And someone called me from there, like an employer, and she said like, I'm inviting you to work there as a chef, not as a chef, as a cooker, sorry. Yeah. So my mom said, no, like, don't go there. And I was like giving up hopes because my brother was like, okay, we're not gonna send you money anymore because, like, you cannot find a job there. I was like, okay. And then I was staying at my roommate's, like in my other friend's house. And he was like, I found a room in his like apartment. And he was asking me for money for it. Like, okay, I gave him the money for 1 month. And after that, after all the failures and stuff like that, my what can I say? Yeah, I'm so lost in this. I don't want to even remember this story, but like, I'm telling you, maybe you can relate to all of this that happened. I'm not even done yet. So yeah, so listen. He said, no, bro, you cannot go like that. You have to pay for another month because, you didn't know, like, gave me notice and stuff. I said, bro, I gave you notice. Like, 1 week, 2 weeks is enough for your notice to find another guy. But he was lazy to even find another guy. And he was like, okay, no, bro, you have to pay for another month. I was just like, okay, bro, like, I'm not gonna stay for a second month. Why should I pay money for it? Bro, I don't know. And he was like, mad at me. He left the country. I don't know. And I left the country as well. So I was really hopeless. I was really sad. And but I met my parents. I actually like enjoyed that. And you know what? After that, after staying 1 month with my parents and everything, things started to work out, bro. Things started to work out. I just needed to get out of that place, out of there, bro. Like, I don't know, that was like a really, really good country, really, really good city, bro. Like, I don't know, everything was going fine. I wanted to be like, I wanted to have fun. I wanted to be like financially free and surrounded by good people, surrounded by successful, rich people, and like living my best life. But bro, like, I don't know, it turned me into another destination. So I turned the lane. And I think, bro, or a girl, you can relate to that story of mine, like, we don't know what's gonna happen in our life, and I still don't know what's gonna happen in my life, you know. Like, there are still some days that I'm sad and stuff like that, I know. And you know, I try to figure things out. I'm young, I'm like 24. I just turned 24. I'm a Scorpio, yeah. You know, like, I'm really deep person, if you know me well. So yeah, like, and for these 2 months left, like November and December, I'm recording this video in November. For these 2 months left, look at my sweater. Isn't it cool? I think it's cool, yeah, with the skull and stuff. Like, really rough sweater. With these 2 months left, I'm planning to do so much that I didn't do, that I really didn't have motivation to do this year, because all of the bad things that happened, you know. You gotta get into that lane again. You gotta get into that, like, motivation, that, like, strive, that, like, I mean, you gotta strive forward, you know. You don't need to, like, look back and regret the things. You cannot look into the past. You only can look into the forward. You can only look forward and think what you're gonna do now. How can you recover yourself? So I'm gonna recover myself by all the aspects that I didn't do, you know. I can still do that, and I can end this year really amazing and forget about all of the bad stuff, man. So yeah, this was my video. Maybe you can enjoy it. I don't know. Let me know, like, how am I telling, how am I, like, being on YouTube, recording these videos, like, how can I improve myself? Maybe for you, was it interesting, was it not? Or maybe I should just stay myself like that. I don't know. So yeah, I felt like recording this video. And yeah, that was my 2024. And all I gotta say, like, just keep being focused on your goals. Like, don't try to fall into that depression and stuff. Like, you know, it's gonna kill you. Like, sometimes it's gonna damage your health, and it's gonna damage everything. Like, you know, like, maybe you can actually go crazy, but you should always stay true to yourself, and you should always stay on your path to success, to being the happiest version, to being, like, you know, like, be really grateful for all that you have done. And remember, guys, don't worry, be happy. Everything is temporary in this life. And subscribe to my channel. Yes, let's get it, boys, let's get it, girls, let's go.